Hello, and welcome to this week's Campus News Update. I'm Colleen McCormick.
And I'm Courtney Gear. On this week's update, we debunk some college campus urban legends and listen to QU students' views on a popular soft drink and its possible health harms. Topping our news this week, a new product on the market has changed how Americans consume alcohol and has many states on edge. Powdered alcohol, or palcohol, is a newly legal product in the United States. It comes in a packet or capsule and allows the consumer to mix the powder with any food or drink to produce an alcoholic meal or drink. 7 flavors, including margarita, cosmopolitan, are available for people 21 and over. So far, Alaska, Delaware, Louisiana, South Carolina, and Vermont have already banned the product. Parents are concerned about children getting a hold of the substance, and critics worry this might increase underage drinking.
With any substance, students just need to be very, very responsible and know what the consequences are, and not always law consequences, but consequences to their body and their friends around them. If they're going to consume something, being very careful.
The product has not yet arrived in stores in Illinois, but other states are considering banning the product as well.
From one type of drink to another, Mountain Dew is one of the most popular soft drinks, but it may be one of the worst for your body. Studies have found that drinking Mountain Dew has many negative side effects on the human body. A 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew contains 77 grams of sugar. Drinking this amount of sugar on a frequent basis can lead to problems in a person's health, including accelerated aging, and Mountain Dew even has a medical condition named after it. This condition, called Mountain Dew mouth, occurs when people drink large amounts of the soda. The sugar in the soda begins to eat away at their teeth, creating cavities in their teeth or even causing the entire teeth to begin to rot. Soft drinks in general can also lead to other medical conditions such as diabetes or heart disease.
One of the negative aspects of regular soda is that you are increasing empty calories. So this has shown to increase obesity and diabetes more. And with the sugar, what's going to happen is you're going to spike your blood sugar levels. They're going to go up and then they're going to drop. And when they drop, then that triggers more hunger.
Even though Mountain Dew may be bad for you, a person's health, does this stop students from drinking the product? We went around and got some students' opinions on the drink.
I don't drink Mountain Dew, and I try not to drink soda in general just because it's bad for you.
No, I do not drink Mountain Dew. The reason why I do not drink Mountain Dew is because of the old or the whatever myth that says that Mountain Dew will kill off your sperm cells. So ever since people have been telling me that, of course I didn't do my own research because I don't care that much, and I don't really like the taste of Mountain Dew anyway. So I just stopped drinking it, and whenever I see it, I'm fine.
No, because I prefer to drink Coke products, so I don't really care about the taste of Mountain Dew.
Perfect.
I drink Diet Mountain Dew, and I drink about maybe a 32 ounce a week.
I definitely do not drink Mountain Dew. Not only do I not drink Mountain Dew, I do not drink any soda. I think the majority of Americans already consume enough sugar in their diet, and we don't need to couple that with consuming soda. And Mountain Dew especially is very high in sugar. Many individuals drink it, to my knowledge, as an energy drink. And once again, I don't need to add more sugar to my diet, so I do not drink any soda.
We've heard some views about soft drinks, but what about some other popular urban legends? From kidney thieves to the unsolvable math problem, there are some pretty far-fetched college urban legends out there. But is there any truth to these legends? And are they a concern on QU's campus? QUTV's Sarah Belmont has more.
Quincy University has had its fair share of urban legends roll around campus, but are all of them simply rumors? A student who will remain anonymous recently encountered what she thought was an urban legend that has been popularized on social media. According to the student, a stranger placed cash underneath the windshield wiper blade of her car that she found after leaving class around 3 p.m. one afternoon. She had seen similar stories on Facebook stating that car hijackers had done this at other campuses, intending victims to get out of their already running vehicle to grab the money. Next, the hijackers would then rush into the seat of the car, driving off with the vehicle. Due to this information, our source locked her doors and fled campus. Once safely off campus, she took the dollar bill with the number 49 written on it off of her windshield, contacted security, and they have successfully investigated the incident. And some of QU's students seem quite surprised after hearing about this incident happening near them.
It's kind of a scary thought, but it also seems like it's chalked up to rumor and maybe a little bit of legend that's going on there that this is happening. And I don't know, it would make me comfortable if I saw that happen in my car. Just with all the legends and things like that, it would make me kind of nervous, I guess.
Since then, no other incidents have been reported to campus security or have happened to our anonymous source. Campus Security Director Sam Lathrop commented on the incident, stating that security took the proper precautions to ensure the safety of the student, but that rumors about urban legends on campus have been somewhat popular throughout his 4 years at QU. Although Lathrop ensures that dollar bill legend is simply a rumor, he also urges students to use these urban legends as a reminder to stay in tune with their surroundings.
Get your head out of your cell phone for just a moment, especially when you're traveling from point A to point B. Especially when it's 10:30, 11:30, 12:30 at night, and you're coming in from the C lot, and you're walking over to Heline or Garner, or some distance involved. Get your head out of your cell phone. Be alert. Look around. Be aware of your surroundings. Look for suspicious things. Look for suspicious people.
Lathrop asks that students use simple resources to ensure their own safety. This includes programming 911 as their first speed dial number on their cell phone, as well as using geographic location settings on their smartphones as tools to use in case of an emergency. But students should do much more than that.
But I'll go back and repeat it. Number one safety enhancement is you and your head. Being aware of your surroundings, taking a look around, approaching a parking lot like you're on a tactical mission to find a safe place to park. Look around. Do you see anybody standing? Do you maybe you take a lap around that parking lot one time before you choose your spot, especially if you are forced to park in the back of the parking lot where maybe it's not as well lit.
The security office is located in Friars Hall in room 115, and security can be reached at 217-228-5600 at any time. Need help debunking an urban legend or rumor? You can also visit Snopes.com in order to find information on these popular rumors.
Two senior music students at QU are preparing for their final recitals before graduation. Saxophone performance major Darren Lillard will hold his recital tomorrow, March 27th at 7 p.m. in the Connie Neiman Center for Music. Saturday, March 28th, vocal performance major Emily Fryer will hold her recital at 3 p.m., also in the Neiman Center. The recitals will be approximately 45 minutes long, featuring various pieces showcasing their musical skills and technique. Both students have plans to continue on with school after graduation to keep improving their performances. We wish both musicians luck with their recitals.
Last weekend, President Dr. Robert Gervasi performed a one-man show called An Iliad. The 75-minute show was a modern retelling of the poem by Homer's classic, The Iliad. The Greek classics were Dr. Gervasi's area of study in college and his Ph.D. in classics as well as Latin and Greek civilizations. Before the show, I sat down with Dr. Gervasi to discuss his thoughts on performing alone on stage.
I have always loved going to the theater. I have never done anything like this, and it has given me a real appreciation of the acting profession and all that's involved, and of just the world of theater generally. Behind the scenes, it's really fascinating.
If you would like to see the entire interview with Dr. Gervasi, please visit our QUTV Facebook page. When we come back, we will have a check on this week's springtime forecast.
And all the latest wacky stories from around the web in this week's Hawkward segment. We'll be right back.
Well, my first thought was, Brother Ed has set us up. He's got someone hiding in there. They're getting ready to jump out of the curtain and scare us, but yeah, there was no one else there, and I couldn't explain it. It's just one of those phenomenon.
I've always been a skeptic, and I've always thought that there was a rational explanation for all things like that, but being there when that all happened, we didn't have a rational explanation for why that happened.
There it was. Did you hear it? Oh my God.
Oh gosh, wait, did you see that?
Welcome back. We've seen some of our own version of March Madness on the weather side of things here in Quincy.
And it looks like temps will continue to go up and down for quite some time. QUTV's Allison Malone has the latest. Allison?
Thanks, Courtney. I'm here with your monthly forecast. On March 27th, on Friday, it's going to be 45 degrees. Also going to be GQ on that day, so make sure you go out. And on Saturday, it's going to be 46 degrees on March 28th. We're also going to be having a fashion show that day, so make sure you go out and show some support. And on Sunday, it's going to be a windy 61 degrees, so make sure you wear a light jacket that day. Starting on Monday, it's going to be 66 degrees, which is a lot more better than this upcoming weekend that was happening. It's going to be up a couple of degrees higher. And then on Tuesday, it's going to be 72 degrees. It's getting more and more closer to spring, so we're going to see some of that spring weather come in. And then on Wednesday, it's going to go back down to 70 degrees. It's going to be partly cloudy, which is also a nice day coming from the weekend. And then on Thursday, unfortunately, it's going to be raining a bit. It's going to be 64 degrees, a little bit cold that day, so make sure you wear a light jacket and an umbrella to carry with you. Back to you guys at the station.
Last week was Women's Empowerment Week here at QU. The week is meant to remind students how important it is to empower women in the workplace and community. QU's Office of Multicultural and Leadership Programs hosted Women in a Society, where a panel of students from different backgrounds answered questions about women's empowerment. Students also discussed women's impact and the way in which women are viewed.
Women's Empowerment Week is actually just a great way to come out and show that you're not alone, and women can come around and hear from other women in the community and talk and openly talk and learn about professional fields and actually get empowered to go out and do something more.
When we come back, we'll have all the latest in QU Hawk athletics.
And a look into this week's weird stories from around the web in the latest Hawkward segment. We'll be right back.
Yes. Growing up, I had one deaf friend, and that was the only deaf person I knew before coming to school here at QU. And now I regularly get to hang out and socialize with the deaf community, which has been awesome. Sign language isn't exactly like learning another spoken language, because you use your body, facial expressions, your hands are your instruments. So it is definitely learning a new language. It has its own grammar and syntax and everything. It's not exactly like English like a lot of people think it is.
QUTV is more than a news outlet.
1 in 5 undergrads work at least 35 hours a week, year-round.
Students involved with QUTV learn life lessons, create lasting memories, and gain the experience needed to succeed in future careers.
Students need to be involved with QUTV as a viewer or as a participant, because we need to know what's going on around our campus.
Knowledge is powerful, and QUTV News serves to inform not only the students, but the Quincy University community as a reliable and powerful news network.
Welcome back. The QU men's baseball team has had quite the winning streak lately.
And their good fortune may have something to do with the brand new baseball stadium that they've been playing in. QUTV's Andrew McCulloch is here with the latest in Hawks sports. Andrew?
Thanks, ladies. There isn't a lot that Jordan Roberts hasn't done this season. 23 goals, a first-team All-American bid, and he helped the Hawks soccer team win their first NCAA Division II game in quite some time. There's just one thing that Jordan Roberts hasn't done yet, and that's made it to the professional level. Well, you could put that to rest. Jordan Roberts has now signed a contract with St. Louis FC, and for Roberts, it's always been about making a career out of the game that he loves to play.
You know, I'm excited to play in front of big crowds and just looking to test myself, you know, see how far I can go, you know.
And Roberts' contract starts on May 1st, and we here at QUTV wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors as a professional soccer player. So from soccer to the baseball field, QU's baseball team has been red hot as of late. They've won 4 straight games and are 7-1 in the conference. And Coach Raby's team would look to stay hot against Northwest Missouri State. Would they be able to pull it out under the lights? Let's head out to newly renovated QU Stadium to find out. And here we have the Hawks taking the field, but it's going to be Northwest Missouri State that strikes first. Here we're going to have a base hit up the middle that's going to play 2 runs. Northwest Missouri State would take the lead there 3-0, but the Hawks are going to fight back on their home field for their fans here. Zach Neese is going to hit one way out to right field over the wall. His first home run on the season, and it would get a little rainy as the night would go on, and that would prove to be difficult for the Hawks, as you'll see in this next play. We'd go into extra innings, and it's going to be Brian Martinez here after Neese rounds the bases and gets a nice helmet-to-helmet with his teammate. It's going to be Brian Martinez rounding second, trying to get a triple. He slides in safely, but over the bag, and he's out, and that's going to hurt the Hawks' chances of winning. Actually, it cost them an opportunity to win the game in extra innings. They fall 4-3, falling to 11-6 on the season. Zach Neese with his first home run of the season. Stephen Garber for Northwest Missouri State with the game-winning RBI in the 13th inning, and this game lasted over 3.5 hours, fans. Now we're going to go to the hardwood. The men's volleyball team has had success playing at home this season. In fact, going into their game against Ball State, they're 6-2. Now Coach Foster's team knows that it has a tough challenge against Ball State because they are the 14th ranked team in the nation. So could they continue their hot play at home? We're going to go to Pepsi Arena and find out for you. Here in the beginning, it's the Jared Kelso show. He's going to get the kill right here eventually as he gets set up by Thane Fanfulik. And in this next highlight, Jared Kelso is also going to make a kill for the Hawks. He's not Michael Kelso from that 70s show, but he sure does know how to put on a great performance for the Hawks fans. As there you see him yet again, but you know Ball State, a great team as they are ranked number 14 for a reason. They are going to set up a nice play right here after, yet again, Thane Fulick there, actually with a nice smooth kill. The Hawks will serve here, and it'll be Ball State with a nice kill. Kind of hitting it at our camera guy. A little rude there, but you know what? It wouldn't matter. The Hawks would be able to persevere. They would get the kill right here, and you got to watch as the fans would go crazy. One fan would do his best Dolph Ziggler impression, showing off to the world that he's got great dance moves. The Hawks would take this one by a final of 3-2, improving to 11-9 on the season. Ball State 12-11, a little overrated maybe. Jack Gamache with 15 kills, 3 aces, and 3 blocks. Ian Lawson would also add 14 kills, 3 blocks, and 2 aces for the Hawks. And we showed Jared Kelso a lot there, too. He had 14 kills on the game. Well, that'll be all for this week's QU Sports Update. Tune in next week where we'll give you even more highlights and scores. I'm going to send it back to Colleen in the news desk.
Thanks, Andrew. Speaking of sports, a New York high school is changing their mascot. In the wake of the Oklahoma fraternity suspension, Lancaster High School is dropping their name, the Redskins, in response to 3 nearby school districts canceling lacrosse games to protest their mascot. But not everyone is on board with the name change. The district is receiving backlash from students and alumni who are upset at the sudden disappearance of the name. Social media hashtags have popped up such as once a Redskin, always a Redskin. Regardless of the popularity, the decision of the Lancaster School Board is not going to be changed. Athletic officials at Quincy University understand their decision.
but I think you have to look at that decision as, like I said, situational. What fits the community? What's the history been? What type of, how are the people feeling they're being offended? I think you got to look at all that, and then you have to make a solid decision. Obviously, they made a decision to go away from it, and I'm sure they based that on fact and what was best moving forward.
Right now we have Randy Swope joining us for this week's Awkward Moments from Around the Web. Randy?
Thanks, ladies, and welcome to this week's Awkward segment, where we bring you the most craziest and outrageous stories from around the web. So let's get started. Burger King is planning on selling a Whopper-scented cologne in Japan. That's right, you can capture the fast food experience of Burger King for around 5,000 yen, or $40 in America. So if you ever had a hamburger filled with dreams of smelling like grilled beef, pickles, ketchup, and it looks like this will become a reality on April 1st. Think this smells too good to be true? Burger King has already assured that burger lovers that this indeed not an April Fool's joke, but did choose that release date on purpose. The name of the fragrance is appropriate, titled Flame Grilled, although some fast food fantasies may actually want to order this scent. Me personally, I'm going to stick with ordering actual Whoppers instead. Awkward. And speaking of Japan, it turns out upcoming Burger King cologne isn't the only wacky thing there is to talk about overseas. Feral cats have taken over a remote island in southern Japan. The army of cats lived in an abandoned house in the fishing village, and this gets the felines of Oshima Island outnumbers the people 6-1. And the cohort of cats were originally brought to the island to deal with the mice that plagued the fishermen's boats. But now the island has more than 120 cats. That's a lot. We suggest to those that are allergic to cats to stay away from these feline-infested islands. But we can't say that we are surprised because Japan is the one who brought us Hello Kitty. I think that's kind of awkward in my book. From cats to zebras, an Arkansas judge remains in the hospital after being attacked by a family zebra. District Judge Mike Derrick suffered injuries to the eye and the arm, but authorities are refusing to discuss any details of the incident, such as how the family actually happened to obtain a zebra for a pet. Sounds like this is a case that makes us want to send that zebra back to the zoo. But we guess now the answer to the old age question of what is black and white and red all over? Well, it's Derek after a zebra incident. Awkward. Well, that's all we have time for you today on this week's Awkward segment. As always, tune in next week for another crazy round of weird stories from around the web. I'm Randy Swope, and I'm sending it back to the news desk.
Thanks, Randy. Andrew, do you drink Mountain Dew? What did you think of that story that we told earlier?
Turns out that I do drink Mountain Dew. Now that I find out that it's not so good for me, maybe that's a lifestyle change that I'll have to make. I'll put some thought into it.
Sounds good. Well, that's it for us this week. Remember, as always, to tune in online on Facebook or on Channel 97 on campus for more news anytime. For the entire QUTV team, I'm Colleen McCormick.
And I'm Courtney Gear. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next week.